Today I'm comparing the original Taxi Air Jordan 12 to the 2025 Retro. You guys got to sit back for this one because there's a lot of differences. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ and this is the DNA Show. We're gonna start with the 1996 Taxi first, and then we'll unbox the other pair and go through all that. So I don't have the original box, but I do have the shoes, and luckily the retro boxes look like the original boxes. So for the most part, this is what the retro box looks like. This is what the original box looks like. Taking that open, you got the shoe. Oh, you got the shoe. And then looking at the 2025 retro, you're gonna notice, again, this is similar to the OG style box. So you got the tan top, the black swoosh in the center, the orange all throughout the edge of the lid, the Just Do It text here on the side of the lid, Nike branding on the front and back. And then on the back side of the box, you have here engineered and built to the exact specifications of the championship athletes from around the world. And looking at the size tag, it reads Air Jordan 12 Retro White Black Taxi, size 13, just for me. And retail on these was 215 bucks. Now peeling open the lid, you're gonna notice similar to that OG style, you got that brown paper, and peeling that back, you got the shoe. Oh, you got the shoe. Now before we start dissecting into the shoes, you know we gotta go over the history first. The Air Jordan 12 originally released in 1996 and 97. We saw 5 different original colorways: the white and red, the white and black, the black and red, the obsidian and white, and the white and black, also known as the Taxi. Since then, we have seen multiple retro iterations over the years. We've seen low tops, we've seen golf, we've seen other styles and different cuts, things turned into cleats. But when it comes to the classic Taxi High, it always holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts, no matter what the retro is, no matter how good the quality or bad the quality is, because we've seen some bad Taxi retros. But with this being Jordan Brand's 40th anniversary, there's a ton of great shoes coming out, and they've been doing such a good job on the original models. The question is, can they still do that with these? Because some people are still on the fence about them. Yo, DNA fam, I know you guys are into sneakers, so I'm gonna assume that you're into investing as well, which means you're probably also interested in leveling up your life. I think you definitely need to check this out. I just launched my DNA Show community on School, and it's totally free to join, by the way. Inside, I've dropped my entire Hobby to Hustle program. It used to be $99 a month, and I've helped tons of people turn their passions into profit with this course. And now I wanna give it away 100% free just for the community members. This is gonna be a place where sneakerheads can connect, share game, and grow together. So don't wait, hit the link down below in the description to get instant access to the Hobby to Hustle course today, and I'll see you guys on the inside so we can run it up. So we got the OG over here and the 2025 over here. So looking at the outsole, you're gonna see herringbone traction, same pods there, front, back, yellow here with the Taxi, red Jumpman, Taxi carbon fiber, looks similar. If you look close, you'll see that the carbon fiber on the old pair is a little bit smoother. This one has a little bit more of a brush paint stroke kind of texture to it throughout the carbon fiber on the 2025 retro. Overall, we'll say similar, we'll call it the same. Now wrapping up to the midsoles, you're gonna notice you're gonna have that Phylon material similar to like the Air Jordan 11s, just a slight different tweak on the texture. So you have the white on the back end. Obviously aging is gonna show different things on that element. And then on the front end of the midsole, you'll see they look a little bit different. Obviously this one is a little bit more worn and all those other elements to it, so it's gonna have a lot more of a matte finish compared to that shinier finish. But even with all the wear and tear on the original, you can see it has a lot more texture to it compared to the 2025 retro. You can see the texture, but clearly a lot smoother. Also, we can't forget to mention one of the most iconic hits on the Jordan 12 right here. You have your Jumpman branded TPU tab on the original, and if you look at the retro, you'll notice the shape and the height and stance of it is a lot taller, and then the Jumpman branding is a lot more refined and looks a little bit smaller, and it's a lot bigger of a gap right here on the bottom half, which to me makes the shoe look visually different based off the proportions, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, as we roll into the upper, I want to talk about the overall materials, the feel, and how they just present themselves from the original to current time. We always hear this, I've said it plenty of times. The OG 12s, some of the most comfortable 12s out there. The material on all the OG 12s, absolutely amazing. They did a phenomenal job, and it's been hard because of what? Production. They have different rules and regulations. They have certain costs and budgets and all the other elements that go along with it, sustainability and how we can do better for the earth and all the things that we hear, right? So because of that, they're kind of playing with their hand tied behind their back as they create these new versions. I get that. But I can definitely say the 2025 Retro has improved over the years when it comes to the leather and the material quality and the feel, at least compared to the previous ones about 10 years ago. A lot of those had a very plasticky feel to them. Now again, looking at the mudguard, you'll see there's a higher stance on the OG. And it's not just because the tab is taller here on the new Retro. That's not really the big difference. Obviously, yes, we can see how it kind of rolls in here, but look at this area and this space and how much space we have on this part of the foot. It has a taller stance in the center and it gives you more of that. That's what makes the Jordan 12, what makes it look so cool. And people say, hey, the shoe's laced up tight. At the end of the day, when the shoe's on foot or not, you can tell the difference clearly with both of them laced up tight or whatever you want to call it. This one has a higher stance and gives you, again, that OG feel. When it comes to old 12s, they have that nice chunky vibe, that 90s vibe. A lot of shoes was chunky and bulky back then. That's something that we fell in love with. So when I see the new Retros, I'm like, ah, damn. That's another reason why I wanted to show you guys these two shoes side by side. Also, if you look at the stitching on the toes, you'll see that, yes, it's similar. Yes, it's the same, but the overall placing of the stitching is definitely different between these two models. And then going up the center of the tongue, same thing. Leather material here, tumbled leather. You're gonna have that 2-3 spelled out, 2 with a 3 at the bottom. One thing I've also noticed is they've been shortening the tongues. I feel like the tongue height on this new Retro of the 2025 is not as tall and big as the tongue height on the original. And I think that's one, again, another thing from that time in that era that we had loved and appreciated. But for some reason, and I get it because this was a basketball shoe and now this is more of a lifestyle shoe. So because of that element, people have been changing and tweaking the models over the years because people are wearing these off the court and this was more built for performance. And we can't forget to mention the iconic hit of the gold lace holes at the top end right here with the Jumpman branding on the side of those. The OG is a lot more shiny and I feel like the new 2025 version has more of a matte finish to it. Looking inside of the collars, we'll call that the same. On the back end of the tongues, we'll call that same, all black on the material. One big difference is on the 2025, the size tag is on the back of the tongue, and on the original, the size tag is inside the foot where it typically used to be. Now on the 2025 Retro, you got an all black sock liner with a red Jumpman, and this is gonna be a Dream Cell insole right here. So we always request that there's a polyurethane insole on the original colorways. This one in particular didn't get that treatment. Now going to the back end of these two shoes, you're gonna notice some slight differences as well on the tab. Now, initially, you look at it and you say, okay, you got the black tab, the yellow square with the red Jumpman. Okay, you got the Jordan branding, quality inspired by the greatest player ever with the white text, gray, red square around it. Everything looks cool. I feel like they definitely refined it and made it a little bit bigger, made it the proportions better. They did overall clean it up at the end of the day. Now again, my pair has been around the block a couple times, so you'll notice that the back end where the rubber in the 23 typically is at, technically the 23 is there, but that's usually a red text. This one has the red text to help you see that. This one's kind of a little bit worn off and falling apart. Now this is one of the biggest things, like I was talking about, the stance, the chunky, the bulky, whatever you like to call it. The original, the overall height of the shoe, back end right here, around the ankle, the top area, the height of this version is a lot taller than the new version. So it's pancaked on the front end around the toe, a lot slimmer, sleek right here, pushed down, not that bulky vibe. And then the overall height of the ankle, you can see it's slanted up like this, and this is a little bit more flat, you could say. It's still slanted, but not as drastic. And it's a higher stance on the back end around the foot. Also, you can see it's more vertical, and this one is more slanted forwards at a diagonal angle on the heel right here as it goes up. So the shape is a lot different and makes the shoe, some people call 12s like bananas. We've seen people say that before because of those reasons. It kind of goes like this, and that's because of the back end of the heel is not as vertical, and then the front end of the foot around the toes and the laces area is a lot skinnier, and it feels like it's just pushing up like this. So again, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's a Taxi 12, this is a classic. Okay, cool. But then when you have a pair of originals and you've worn originals over the years and you felt the difference, even though this has a nicer insole, don't get me wrong, the way these fit, bro, and the way that they felt was amazing. I don't know what it was, how this shoe was built. It was just crazy, bro. Like, they just feel so good on the foot. I wish I could wear these still to this day. But besides all that, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. How do you feel that the brand has done over the years with the retros? this has been a big improvement, but I still think to this day, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my pair anymore, but the CDP pack Air Jordan Taxi 12s, those were the best retros of Taxis since the original. Those are the best ones, in my opinion, because these last few ones that we've gotten, they just haven't been that good. This one's solid, it's cool, but again, it's hard to beat the original. All right, you guys, I'll see you in another one. Hit that subscribe button. We're getting very close to 400,000 subscribers. I'm out.
I would never let you down.
Hey, just a quick reminder, again, the link is down below in the description to join the community if you have not already. I'm giving away the entire Hobby to Hustle program for free, only to members. So you gotta sign up and get in. Again, everything is free. You don't have nothing to pay for. It's all gonna be inside. You're gonna love it. Trust me, I've helped hundreds of people with this. I cannot wait to help you as well.
It's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I would never let you down. It's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I was made for it. It's in the DNA.